Okay. I think my microphone was off on YouTube. So the way my computer is structured is that they have the volume button and the microphone button right next to each other. And I don't know, my fingers go to the microphone rather than the megaphone. So I don't know. Um, I hope it's fixed now. If any of you notice, oh yeah, I see it going. Okay, so it is working. Okay. Um, so yeah, there's incense going off to my left. I have my drink. I am also going to be drinking water throughout this so I don't get too sloshed. Unfortunately, I'm a lightweight, so it's gonna work. It's gonna work on me the way it will. But let's see how it goes. Um, anyway, we're just gonna hang out and have some fun. See what comes from the cards. It's bad. I this is why I can't drink by myself because I get thank God I'm not out tonight. I was actually planning on going to an art show today, but it's a big show and I'm peopled out for a little bit. Um so yeah, it's just I'm home for the night. I'm safe to drink, but I'm also probably not a solitary drinker. Also, I feel like it might be more fun for me. So, it might be more fun for me if I am with people and keep an eye on me. Um, but you know what, it's fine. We're not going to worry about it. I am safe. I am home. So, I'm not planning on going anywhere for the evening. Um, just to give a little rundown of how I usually structure my readings. I actually start with oracles, and then I will move into reading tarot because I feel like that gives a complete picture of the energy or what's going on in that space. Um, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me in the comments. I do see the comments. Okay. So keep in mind that anything that violates YouTube guidelines will be taken down. Any anything that I'm not comfortable interacting with will be moderated. So please be mindful of what you're saying and how it may be interpreted. Okay. Um, Also, lives are typically saved for playback on my channel. So if you miss it and want to see it again, it will be up after this ends. Same thing with you guys on Facebook and Instagram. It's Instagram, Meg. Same thing with you guys on Instagram. I will have everything I'm using listed in the descriptions for both. And fun fact, I do have a new tarot that we are going to be experimenting with, but I will explain when I get there. If you guys want to see more from me, all of my socials are linked in the description as well. And also my tip jar is in the chat. And for those of you on Instagram, again, keep an eye out for the links. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. Actually, we're gonna jump ahead a little bit. I did forget to mention this is called the Funerary Arts Tarot. This is by Allison Krumwiede. I think I'm saying that correctly. Again, check the description if you're not sure. But I actually, it's new to my collection as of today. But there is a website that you can find her artwork. All of her artwork, all of the things that she makes. And I believe you can order this through her website. However, I was lucky enough to get it in person. So I actually have not worked with it yet. So we're gonna see how it affects our reading tonight. And I am thrilled. I am thrilled that I have it. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay, we are going to, let's start very generally. Okay, what do we need to see here? Okay, we're starting with the giraffe. Okay, and this is calling us to connect to our higher wisdom. Okay, there's the giraffe. Let's start there. I have not shuffled any of these, so I'm gonna shuffle them around in the. Yeah, I'm gonna start by shuffling them. Is what I'm trying to say, and I don't think I showed you guys up here. Insta besties. Here's the giraffe. Giraffe. Okay, I think that's the angle we want here. Here we go. Okay. Have the giraffe. Okay. All right, you want to come out. Okay. All right, we have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Okay. Okay, there's fear. Okay. And we will see what we get here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we also have share your voice, which is asking us to come out of the cave. It could also represent persecution, but it also represents expression. Okay. So I'm seeing for some of you right now, there is a fear of truly and authentically expressing what you need to express right now. There's something going on in your space that is telling you not to do what you're trying to do. Okay, and it's so fearful. You're so fearful of this, of being persecuted, of having your means of expression cut off, that you're kind of I feel like this is just very you're choosing to isolate yourself, and it's very hard for you to it's very hard for you to comfortable state, again, because there's something in your space that's saying that you're in danger by choosing to express yourself. Okay, right now, even though there's some of you that might be going through that, the chance to connect with your higher wisdom is very prevalent here, because I think by doing this, you're going to find a way of facing the fear and facing what could be perceived by others as an oddity or weirdness or a flaw, and once those things are brought out, it's like, okay, if I share this thing, if I do this, people are going to tease me, or they're going to come after me for being in this space. I'm going to say do it anyway. Okay? I'm going to say do it anyway. I was on a live with a friend of mine who is in chat, and I very much thank you for joining us tonight, who very, very beautifully stated that none of us are alone. None of us have ever been alone. And, that can be very empowering if you're receptive to that idea. That is such an empowering gift to finally receive, because it helps you hear, right? It helps you face your fears, right? And it helps you find a means of expression and a way to come out of that shell. Okay. I hope that helped. That was the oracle. let's see what our tarot has to say. Okay. And we are going to start with the Funerary Arts Tarot. You know what? I'm gonna get raw a little bit right now. I was heavily bullied as a kid, so the fact that we have this fear card and this sharing your voice, this expression card, does hit a nerve, because it is something that I'm still to this day kind of struggling with. Right? I had, Christmas, I'm okay with holidays, but there's certainly some things that make it kind of fraught for me. Just seeing family and trying to figure out what place I fit into within that. And the place I have now is not comfortable, but it's mine anyway. And I'm working on accepting that fact. But we make it work. Anyway, back to that inner voice, that higher wisdom. We're never alone. We're never alone, whether you believe it or not. Okay. And for those of you watching outside of the blog, I hope that made sense. But I hope that it is. I hope there's something in there right now. So let's see what our tarot has to say. We're gonna get started. We have the Ace of Wands coming out right off the bat, which is interesting to me because we've had I've had several readings for the blog that have had the Ace of Wands come out, and I think one of my private readings came up with the Ace of Wands as well. So there's a new passionate, fiery, burning energy. Hang tight to that, Bridget. Hang tight to that, because you talked about it in your life. And wands are associated with fire too. So there's something here that is really desperate to get going. Some energy is desperate to get sparked into passion, right? Into fruition. And I want you to notice, I'm going to split the camera here. I want you to notice what color that wand is. Okay? Look at that color there. It's a deeply powerful time to be pursuing passions right now. And holy crap, we have the Chariot coming forward as well. Okay? I'm going to say pay attention. Right off the bat, just pay attention. Because not only do you have the fire, not only do you have the passion for it, you also have the drive. Okay. One of my blog posts, I believe, got the Ace of Wands and the Chariot right together as well. Exactly. Full steam ahead. Here's how I'm going to say it. Okay. Right off the bat, you need to know that you have the keys to the car. Okay. If you don't believe me, you do. Okay. Because look at what you got. You got the Chariot. You have the Ace of Wands. This opportunity has potential of flying by you really quickly if you're choosing to not address your fears and stay where you're comfortable. Okay, that can be it can be hard, and again, we kind of talked about this in my friend's life. It can be hard because there's this sense of resistance coming up for you. Forget that. Forget it. Forget the resistance. It feels like something will come through very, very strongly. Okay. And especially where it comes to your personhood and your ability to move ahead. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, yeah, we're getting the Four of Pentacles coming out next. There's a lack mentality coming through. Okay. This is I'm getting chills. I don't know if you're getting, if any of you out I can't even speak. Okay. There's a lack mentality that you need to let go of. Okay. And again, we're going to go back to this fear. Okay. We're going back to this fear because there's something in here that you're afraid to lose. Whether it's your dignity, whether it's your personhood, whether it's your identity, whether it's actual money, time, energy, whatever this is, the fear of loss is very prevalent right now. And you have to let it go. Because if you're staying stuck in this, well, I don't have what it takes, or I don't have what I need to do it. First of all, let me challenge you again and say, yes, you do. But if you wait until the time is right, you'll have missed your chance. Okay? You'll definitely have missed your chance. Okay? You know what? I'm going to pause right here. We're going to go into some hidden and clarifying energy in a moment. I want to go into another tarot deck. See what else we need to see. Okay? What else do we need to see, please? What else do we need to see? Okay. Some things around here, guys. Okay. Alrighty. So. Okay. We have some that fell out of the deck. We're going to leave those there for a little bit. But we have the Lovers. So there's a choice. You have a choice. And I'm not going to go too deeply into it again, just because, we've stated, I think we've stated a little bit of the obvious here, is that do you stay comfortable or do you move into this time of into this time of transition? Okay. See, I'm seeing a butterfly coming out of its chrysalis, right? It is a time of transition. But again, you're being asked whether you're going to face your fear or whether you're going to move with the energy. I think what it is for some of you, kind of afraid that you're going to just get swept away by it. And there's your sense of control. That sense of wanting to be in control is giving you that lack mentality. But certainly having external forces that you're afraid of might be playing a part as well. Okay. But there is a choice here. Okay. Yeah. You're also getting the Ace of Pentacles coming out as well, which is suggesting that there is a new opportunity, specifically to come back to your sense of abundance, right? I think some of you have money on the mind, okay? And that's probably part of why you're so scared of coming into this time, okay? The other thing too is that you need to understand that your fear is the chain around your neck. Okay, it's not it isn't portrayed this way here, but in the standard right, I'm so in the energy right now that I am actually tongue-tied. Wow, you guys. Anyway, in the standard Rider-Waite tarot, you'll see the devil character, and you'll see two individuals that are kind of held back in chains. The secret with that is that these characters do have the ability to get out of those chains. Immediately saw that. I was like, oh, I know what we're talking about right now. But the thing is, there's the choice to get out from what's holding you back. What do you do? What are you supposed to do with it, right? I don't know. I can't speak for any of you, and I hope that you'll follow your heart where this is concerned. Okay. Let me disappear for a minute and get the cards. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Move that back. Let's see what else we need to see, please. What else do we need to see? Okay, what else do we need to see? Okay. All right. So we know what's going on. We know that there's some fear, some things that are holding you back. There's a choice that needs to be made about whether you stay comfortable or go forward. We're getting the King of Crystals. Okay, this is probably going to give us more of an idea of the energy that we're kind of hiding in all of this. And part of this energy is the idea that we're looking to gain authority over certainly our finances, what we have in terms of our resources and things like that. Maybe for some of you, you're going through a financially difficult time. Okay, and for some of you, this could be, I feel like some of you are acting out of fear and out of a need of self-preservation. And I'm saying that because I often read the King of Crystals as someone who is in authority over what they have at their disposal, but authority over who they are as a person and what they bring to the table, what their value in a situation is. This is their self-worth. This is their self-worth and who they are as a person. So yeah, I think part of this is tapping into this wisdom. Okay, this ancient, beautiful, universal energy that's bringing you this wisdom. Okay, but it's getting grounded in your personhood. Okay, I'm thinking about the people that I admire, and a lot of them are unapologetic about who they are. Okay, and in fact, one of my keywords for this year is unapologetic happiness. Yes, I said 2 words, but the word that I want you to focus on with that is the word unapologetic. Okay, because my goal is to just be unapologetically happy and grounded in what I'm doing and grounded in my personhood. Okay. In any case, so how does that King of Crystals, how does that King of Coins connect with the whole of this reading? When we connect to our personhood, when we are unshakable in our personhood, there's not a damn thing that can knock us off, right? And maybe there is. Maybe there's some external challenges that test us. Okay, but if we know who we are and we're comfortable and grounded in our personhood, who's going to tell us we're wrong to be who we are? They can try. They can try, but if you're telling yourself, no, I know who I am and I know what I want, then we can get into our chariot, right? Then we can really be in our chariot energy. Okay, and for some of us, that's easier said than done. I will be on record and say that I am a Taurus through and through. Okay, I'm very stubborn and I don't do well with people saying you can't do something. Try me, my bullhorns are coming out, so watch out. I will steamroll you. There's that. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, yeah, we're getting the 4 coins coming out again. What's with the lack? What's with this lack mentality here? Yeah, going back to the King of Crystals, I'm going to need to pick that one up too because it fell out of my hands. But again, you know, when we're so grounded and rooted in our personhood, we know that we can't be shaken. We know that we can't be taken off that knowledge of who we are. Okay. We also have the King of Feathers. You know who you are. Okay. There's no telling you can't. There's no telling you who you are because you already know. It's like someone coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you're weird." I'm like, yeah, duh. I've known that about myself since I was a child. Try again. If you're going to insult me, do something I don't already know about myself, right? Like I said, I'm a Taurus, high stubbornness. Okay. You know who you are. You're an authority over your personhood. You're an authority of how you're thinking, how you're perceiving things, and you know, you're open-minded. I want you to notice that there is a sun halo around this character. I'm also seeing some of you might be a Leo. Some of you might be Leos in this reading. But you know, okay? And that knowledge, if you channel that knowledge correctly, okay, if you give that knowledge a correct channel to go through, you'll address your fears. You'll be able to address your lack, or what you perceive to be a lack. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of a fatal flaw in that knowledge. Basically, you'll be able to challenge yourself. Okay. Okay, we're going to get into the hidden and clarifying energy in a minute. Well, let me disappear again and get that fallen card. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. You know what? I'm gonna bring in my drink because I want to cheers to you guys. I want to give a toast to all of you fantastic people for being here. First of all, thank you. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see what's on the hidden energy here, please. What is going on for our hidden energy? Ooh, okay. So our hidden energy is starting with our Two of Pentacles. Okay. There's our Two of Pentacles. All right. We have the Six of Wands. This is another common card I was getting today. Okay, especially in my private readings. Okay. And we have the 10 of feathers in reverse. Mwah. I'm chef's kissing that, okay? Because even though you've had a lot to juggle, even though you've had a lot to face in whatever the situation is, there's part of this that is, I'm sensing a bit of relief coming through. Because we have this 10 of feathers in reverse, this is representative of the 10 of swords. So there's something that is coming to light, something that is being seen for its truth, right? And I think whereas if this were upright, I would be reading this as like someone's hurt you, someone's betrayed you, someone's giving you a reason to feel hurt, basically. But I'm seeing, or I'm getting the sense that there's some relief of this sort of pain, okay? And you've busted your butt for it, okay? You really busted your butt for it, and people have seen it, okay? People have really seen you working hard to heal from this, okay? And it's been a lot. It's been a grind, okay? It's been a grind, but people are seeing you for it, and they're willing to praise you for it, okay? Because they're like, wow, you know what? She was hurting. This person over here was deeply hurt by this other person. They're coming out of that. They might have been in a depressive state, mentally dark place, but they're coming back. Let's go tell them how proud we are of them, that they're here, that they're still amazing, they're still functioning as best as they can, right? That's our hidden energy, okay? See some clarifying energy here. We have the 5 of Pentacles, okay? There's the 5 of Pentacles, okay? We also have the 5 of Swords, okay? Now the 5 of Swords, all right? And we have the 7 of Wands. So it's clear what's being clarified here. What's clarifying the 6 of Swords, these cards here, is that something in your past, there's been a lot of hollow victories, okay? There's been a lot of things that you brought into your space that have been very hollow, very unnecessary. There's been a lot of hurt and deception in your past as well. And those things have made it very, very easy for you to get into an emotional mire, okay? But remember what we said here, that seems to be lightening up, okay? That seems to be going away, all right? Because you worked hard to give yourself the chance to heal. And now it's this period of time where people are really starting to see that healing coming into your space. Okay. Again, I hope that makes sense. Let me do some trickery here, because I'm noticing something that I want to share with you guys here. Swords, okay, Pentacles. What I'm noticing here is that there seems to be an abundance. There's not a whole lot of wand energy here. There isn't a whole lot of fire energy here. But even though that fire energy isn't, it's still, and I'm going based on the number of cards in that suit here, the suit of wands. Even though there's not really a whole lot of there's not a huge number of cards for the wands, it still suggests that there is some genuinely passionate, fiery energy coming through. Okay, in the Spirit Song Tarot, acorns represent wands. Okay, it's still there. It's still burning quite hot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Certainly, the prevalent suit here is the Pentacles. Okay, which suggests to me that you're going to have to ground your energy a little bit, specifically this hot, passionate energy here. Whatever the situation is triggering your wand's energy, it runs the risk of burning beyond your control. And I think that could be part of why we're seeing this fear and why we're seeing your need to come out of your shell. Even if you want to come out of your shell, you're still afraid of doing something or being in a place where you can't control that energy. It's, I don't know that it's meant to be controlled, even though, you have the option. If let's say you're having a bonfire on a beach, you have an option of tossing all of the lighter fluid on it or pouring a little bit on it at a time to keep it maintained. Okay, and that's part of where I see that choice to address your fears coming in. Okay, but you also have, ooh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, we also have, okay, that's why we also have the wands and the swords in equal measure. I need to apologize because I miscounted which cards went where here. But the wands and the swords are in equal measure, which suggests that, you have the ability to stoke the flames super high or maintain it over a long period of time. And there's your choice. There's what's going on in the energetic space in that regard. I hope that made sense. What you just saw me do is kind of, it's a very small version of how I read for my large scales. So if you are a member on my Patreon, you have the option of coming into a tier called the Sun tier, and that is where I put all of my intense readings go into that tier. I do have other less intense tiers, but I also have public information as well. One of the ways that I like to read my decks is that I like to pull cards from all of my decks, and that is a tall order, given that I have quite a collection at this point. But I will read the cards as they come up and then sort them out by the suit they fall under. And whichever seems to have a prominent presence in that reading, I find tends to be the theme. So what you just saw me do is a very foreshortened version of how I do that for my readings there. So again, I hope it made sense. Gonna take a water break. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please go ahead and ask them. I am happy to help where I can. Okay. So let's also, This is your hydration break, so get some water in your system if you haven't drank anything, okay? Okay. How are you doing on Instagram, guys? We're good? YouTube? Okay. Okay. So, let's see here. Alrighty. Let's you know what? Let's see, let's just draw cards now. We're not gonna try and structure it. Okay, what do we need to see? What else do we need to see here, please? What do we need to see? Ooh, okay. All right, we're starting with the leech, all right, which kind of sounds gross, but with this deck, it's asking us to shift from fear to love. Perfect for what I just said. Okay, so there's the leech. Okay, we have, let's take you guys. Okay, all right. We have the leech. We have the sheep, which is asking us to lead our community in unity. Okay. Okay. We have the coyote. Okay. This is asking us to illuminate your illusions. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We have the tiger, which is asking us to embrace touch and sensuality. Okay. Take that as you resonate, please. So embrace touch and sensuality. And we also have the armadillo, which is asking us to trust ourselves. Okay. All right. So I've decided to read, just do small readings from each deck. Okay, and what I'm seeing right now is that for some of you, you're being asked to stop being afraid of your ability to lead. Okay, I'm getting there with the leech, the armadillo, and the sheep, because there are gifts that you have that nobody else does. And this is a message that I've given before. But you have the ability to lead yourself, certainly through difficult times, but definitely you just have an innate ability to lead. Okay, and people do see it. Okay, truthfully, people do see it, but people will also see your doubt, and they will also see how they'll see if you're uncomfortable. And I don't mean that to be negative, okay, but if they're asking you to step up and lead, step out of your comfort zone, they're gonna see you. They're probably gonna see you be unsure, and maybe they're gonna start wondering why. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. What you need to do is trust yourself. Also, that you know what you need to do to address your fears. Okay, if it's your fear of feeling inferior, or not being good enough, or not being present enough with the responsibilities that come with being a leader. Okay. This is a perfect time for you to really get deep with the mindset that you carry about this situation, because it isn't It isn't easy. It certainly doesn't feel good. If this is something that you're having to address in a personal relationship, whether it's intimate or platonic, again, that's why I said you take this as it resonates. You're being asked to trust that you know what you're doing and you know how to do it well. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Let's see what's on the bottom of our deck here. Okay. The card on the bottom of the deck is the Crow. So, yeah, there is a transition. There is something changing. There's something moving in your energy that feels unfamiliar. And again, I said that's okay. It's a perfect time to address your fears. But on top of that, this was the top card. So we have the raccoon, which is asking us to remove whatever masks we're wearing right now. Okay. Remove the mask. Time to be your authentic self. Time to be that unapologetic, authentic self. Okay. The world needs more of you. The world needs more of your light, your color, your most beautiful self. Okay. When we stop masking ourselves, we can do that maybe with more ease than we thought we had. Okay. I might start crying, so just give me some grace with that, please, guys. I'm certainly giving myself some grace with this card as well. But again, when remove your mask and let the world see you, let the world see your leadership skills. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that made sense. Let's move on. Let's see what's going on. Okay, let's see what's going on in our second deck here. Again, this is for anybody that is resonating with, anybody that's resonating with these readings. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to start with pride. This is saying, I love myself and see myself in everyone. Okay, there's pride. Alrighty, there is our pride. We have acceptance, which is asking us to, or it's saying, I am learning to accept things that I cannot change. Okay, here's acceptance. Oh, wow. Okay, we also have denial, which is asking us to acknowledge your fears and replace it with the insight of awareness. Okay. We also have the grief. We also have grief, which says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay. There's grief. And we have friendship, which says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay. So what's interesting here is this idea, this dual nature of acceptance and denial. Because what's going on here is that there's a chance to work through some losses, and certainly these could be very big losses. In my context, and this reading absolutely is not about me, but in my context, there's certainly been some heavy losses that I went through that left me in very deep state of denial. Okay, we're not going to go too far into it because that's for another video. However, the grief that came from these losses really did put me in a sense of denial. Okay, and it took a while for me to get to acceptance. Okay, so if that's resonating with you, then we're certainly on this journey from denial to acceptance. But I think what's going on here is that for some of you, you're potentially grieving a lost friendship. Okay, and that sucks. The friendship breakups really suck, right? I think part of that is that could be what's putting you in denial. We'll let that sit with you if you resonate with that. Okay. What do we do with that, right? I think what may help us get on the road a little bit faster towards acceptance is knowing that even if this friendship breakup happened or this loss of a friend, whatever happened, what's going to help you get to your sense of acceptance a little bit faster is knowing that you might not be physically connected anymore, whatever way that has happened, but your energy is still out there in the wider context. Okay, you're not alone. Okay, you may have had a close connection, close energetic connection. This person and yourself may have gotten along really well, but it's over. For some reason, it's over, and it sucks, and it hurts, and what do I do with it? Well, you are yourself. Your energy makes you, okay? But it's also part of the bigger picture too, okay? As is that person who you are no longer connected to, okay? So let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Our hidden energy here is the energy of change, which states that I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Okay. So this energy of change is coming through, and I'm going to pull this growth card as well because I think it resonates with this card to get with the change card. But this growth card says, I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. Okay. All right. And so we're changing, we're growing. Even though the loss of this friendship really hurts, there's still room for expansion, even if that expansion means that you're shedding old skins. Okay. And okay, our clarifying energy is the card of indecision, which states I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Okay. So, right now, maybe we're not so sure what to do with the energy we're experiencing. And it feels weird. It feels off. Okay, it might be putting us into a state of indecision. Where is it here? It might be putting us into the state because we're not sure what the world is going to look like, specifically without this person and this friendship breakup here. But the call for intuition, the call to be intuitive and use your heart, use your third eye, use your mind here. It's all there. It's all there. We are going to know what to do if we tap into our energy and we try and understand what we have at our disposal. Okay, because we do have more than we think we do. Okay. Let me pause. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty, here's another hydration break. Please get some water if you haven't already, guys. Okay. Let's get into another deck here and see what message it has for us, okay? All right. All right, let's see what we need to see, please. What do we need to see? Ooh, okay. All right, let me get a couple more cards here. Okay. All righty. Okay, so cards. All right, so the cards we have here, we have trust the niggle. Okay, what is this niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, there it is for Instagram. YouTube besties, hello. Trust the niggle. Okay, we have the Age of Light. This says you've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay. Okay. You have the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising and you are the Oracle. Okay. All right. We have the Ever Unfolding Rose, which says you are cracked open and it's happening for you, not to you. Okay. All right. We have Dance with Life, which suggests doing something to change your energy. Okay. There's something in your space that's telling you, okay, you know what? I'm going to put it like this. Your spidey sense is tingling right now, right? This voice in your head is saying you're ready to do something you have been ready for a long time. Okay. Complicated way of saying now's the time to do what you got to do. Okay. So yeah, and you have, now's the time to do what you got to do. Okay. Because the shell that you've been in, and maybe this is a tie back to the first part of this reading, but the shell you've been in has been cracked and the light is starting to come through. You're starting to see, certainly with your intuitive energy, you're starting to see that it's become easier for you to name certain things in your personality. So, for example, and I'm thinking of like anxiety, panic, depression. There's certain things that you're starting to be able to understand a little bit more deeply, okay? Because your vibration is coming, it's rising. Your vibration is rising. When that starts happening, you'll start getting intuitive hits. You'll start understanding things a lot more deeply than you used to, okay? And this is something, if you want to believe in this cycle, this is something that your energy has been doing since it was created. Okay. I'm going to actually stop myself from saying anything further because I don't believe, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you've been trying, You've been training, your energy has been building towards you doing something you didn't think you could do. And you need to remember that you have been training it for a long time. Okay? You're being called. Your spidey sense is tingling. You're being called to do it. Okay? And, it's whatever challenges arise in this space, they're meant to be there, and they're meant to help reveal certain things to you so you can be on the right track to achieving what you want to achieve. Okay. Card on the bottom, guys. Guys, this is the card on the bottom. This is don't dim to fit in. So one of the questions you need to ask yourself is how are you dimming your light? Why are you dimming your light in the first place? You should never, ever, ever do that for anybody. Okay? It's because it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. You dim your energy, you dim yourself. You downshift your car, you're probably going to lose energy in the engine, right? I don't know anything about cars or engines. Probably not an accurate description of this card here. But you need to ask yourself what you're doing to snuff your light out and what it's going to take for you to rekindle your candle. Okay? That's our hidden energy. Clarifying energy, which fits in perfectly with this Dance of Life card. Let me find it here. Dance of Life, we have play, which states have fun, celebrate, and don't take yourself too seriously. Yeah, you know what? Don't be, I'm hearing don't be a party pooper. Certainly don't be a party pooper if you're actually at a literal party. Although if the party's lame, just go home. You don't have to stay, right? Don't dim your light to fit in. Don't take yourself so seriously. Have some fun if you are literally dancing. Dance like no one's watching, okay? Just have fun. Have fun with yourself. Have fun with your energy. You're here in physicality for just a very small amount of time. 80 years may feel like such a long time to us because of our limited perceptions, but that's a blink of an eye to some other energy. Okay? So while you're here, just have some fun and, be yourself. Have some fun and be yourself. Okay? Speaking of which, here's another shot of Midori here. Cheers. Okay. So, I don't like how that's wobbling. I have my drink off to the side here, and I think the coaster it's resting on is kind of uneven. So, let's see how it goes here. Okay. What other messages do we need to see here? What other messages? Okay. Alrighty. I have 2 more decks left. I'm going to do the usual routine that I've been doing. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the chat. Leave them in the comments. We'll address them. I will address them as I get to them. Also, I think I mentioned it before, but I could be wrong because it's been a while since I started this live. I've linked my tip jar in the pinned comment in the chat. If you guys have resonated with this reading and would like to leave a tip, if that's on your heart to do so, I'm incredibly grateful for any support. I mean, you just being here is amazing. So thank you so much. please heartfully and mindfully consider what you want to do. Again, I'm grateful to have this opportunity at all. So I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for your consideration. And let's continue with the cards. Okay. Ooh. I just got a pain in my left ear. So there's something. Yeah, there's certainly something going on. Oh, that's better. Okay. I don't know if it's allergies or something else, but my ears have been really testy lately. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see the cards. Let's get into some cards. What do we need here? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So to start, okay, we have the King of Wands. Okay. We have the Five of Cups. All right. We have the Page of Cups. Okay, there's the Page of Cups. We have the King of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Okay. And we have the Seven of Wands. All right. Well, there's certainly some perceptions about a situation that are causing you to feel kind of lost. I'm going to say lost in the sauce. I am drinking in this reading here. So, but jokes aside, there's something here that is kind of causing you to feel a bit lost and disappointed. Okay, I'm getting to that disappointment factor because we have the Five of Cups. So something's happened where you've kind of lost sight of the things of what it is that has made you happy, what it is that has kept you in a happy mindset. And it's such that I think you might be missing details that could help you turn this situation around. Okay, it's certainly you're certainly feeling this energy very passionately because it is burning quite hot. Whatever this is burning quite hot. And it's kind of making you feel stuck. I think you're kind of stuck on this mentality. It's like, oh, why did they do this thing? Or who do they think they are? Right? You're grumbling about it. Okay? The fact of the matter, okay, not only with this Five of Cups is that you're missing details. The fact of the matter is that there is still things to move forward with. Okay? Just because you're in a low right now doesn't mean you're going to stay in the low. Okay? That's not where you're meant to be. We're not meant to be low vibe our energy isn't meant to be low vibration. Okay? But something about this situation has got you in a negative mindset. Okay? And what may help here is knowing that you have the ability to address the kinds of things that are illusionary. What I mean by that is that you're Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. You have the ability to address the illusions in your space that are making you feel very uncomfortable. Now, part of this trigger, I feel, for some of you might be the fact that you're having to defend yourself in a situation where you thought people would have your back. Okay, you didn't ask to be put on the spot. You didn't ask to be put on a pedestal and have like rocks and cabbage and rotten tomatoes thrown at you. Maybe that's a literal thing. I hope not, because that's kind of gross. Also painful, because going back to the rocks. But you're standing in defense of a position that you didn't think you would have to stand for. And it's put you in a place where you're being tested. You're being tested so that you can grow spiritually and emotionally. Okay? Something in your space has genuinely disillusioned you. And it sucks. But you've also been stuck into that very deeply. And that's not comfortable. That's not cool. I hope it does relieve itself quickly. You do need to remember with the Five of Wands that you might have lost some things in this situation. You haven't lost everything, and it is possible for you to reach your goal. Okay? Let me do a quick shuffle here. Okay? So the energy on the bottom here, the hidden energy, is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? So your goal, I think, here is to get yourself into a state of emotional well-being and peace. Okay? I'm reading this as the Nine of Cups here, but the Nine of Pentacles here is giving yourself a chance to enjoy the spoils of your labor. Okay, and there could be someone saying, well, you didn't work hard enough at this, so why do you get the chance to have a break? I've been working on it. I've been working on it at my own pace, but I get to celebrate my progress. Okay. All right. You get to celebrate your progress here. Okay. And when you give yourself the chance to do that, then it's like, okay, all right. Maybe the right people will see what you're trying to do. Okay. So there's the Nine of Pentacles as a hidden energy. Our clarifying energy is Judgment. So clarifying energy is Judgment here, and I'm going to read this that there could be some incredibly jealous people around you in your energetic space. Okay, and I'm getting here because you've chosen to come out of your place of darkness. Part of this Judgment card is a release of darkness into light, specifically a release of your darkness so that you can let the light in. And there have been people who've seen you trying to do this and are just incredibly jealous that that's what you're trying to do. That's what you've been doing. That's what you're starting to succeed at. Okay? The problem for them seems to be that you've chosen to kill a person they are comfortable with. Okay? And, I'm pausing to let that sink in. But in reality, that energy has needed to be cleared. That dark energy has needed to be cleared, just because it's not comfortable and it's not. I mean, it can be a source of healing for some people, but you don't have to stay with that darkness. Okay, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to. A butterfly's cocoon only keeps them safe for so long. When they start out growing it, they come out of their cocoon. That's what I think you're trying to do. Okay, and it's not comfortable for you, but certainly there are people back over here that are like, but I lose that person I love. I lose that person I know. Their option is to get to know the new you or get going. Because you don't have to stay stagnant. Okay. Let's see a new deck and a new message here. What else do we have to see? Okay. Five. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Oh, we have the star. Okay, we have the star. Alrighty. We have the star. We have the Ace of Shells or the Ace of Cups. Okay. We have that. Okay, we have the Six of Feathers in reverse. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. Okay, Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. We have the Three of Crystals or the Three of Coins. All right. And we have the Two of Feathers, which is the Two of Swords. Okay. You know what? Something's going to have to go on pause for a little bit here. And I'm getting here with the Six of Swords energy, the Six of Feathers energy, because this is upright. It's talking about a transition, a movement forward. But because it's in reverse, there's something that needs to go on a little bit of a pause. Okay. Because, we're not necessarily clear about our process right now. And we have this opportunity to certainly grow emotionally, spiritually, maybe get more water in your system. I'm hearing for some of you, this could be building a habit of hydrating yourself a little better, but you take that as it resonates, and if not, that's okay. We're not particularly clear on our path right now because, we're missing information. Okay. Here's our Two of Swords. Here's our Two of Feathers. We are definitely missing some information about what we need. Okay. And I think it feels unusual because part of this may have been like, oh yeah, I'm raring to go. I know what I got to do. And then we get to the start. It's like, oh no. And actually, I don't know what I'm doing at all. I think I might have just been blowing hot air a minute ago. I resonate with that. I've done that to myself before, and it's profoundly mortifying when it happens in a big way. In any case, you have this new opportunity that you're not quite sure how to implement for yourself. And something about this energy has had you putting yourself on pause. But here's the thing, okay? The ability to collaborate in this situation is coming through. Okay, so asking for help, asking for someone to share their perspective on a situation, for better or for worse, may help you gain the clarity you need. Okay, may help you gather the facts that you might be missing in order to get yourself to move forward. Okay. Okay, the energy on the bottom here is the Page of Feathers. So we're in a learning process, and like I said, you could be collaborating with someone or a group of people to help you understand what you are going through and how to make the best use of it. Okay. Okay, let's go with that. There's our hidden energy. Certainly because it's a shift in perspective, it may take a while for it to sink in, because if you're like me, there's a lot of resistance, or there can be a lot of resistance if we're not being not processing it correctly. Okay, so there's the Page of Feathers as our hidden energy, but we also have the Two of Crystals. So I'm thinking part of this is that you might have too much information. For better or for worse, there might be too much information in the in your energy body here, and it could be that you're trying to keep many plates spinning, if you will take the metaphor. But this card says balance and adaptability, and I don't know if you'll be able to read that. Certainly my Instagram besties might not be able to read that. But this card does state that you are in a sense of striving for balance and the ability to adapt to the situation as it changes. So staying calm when things get turbulent around you is going to possibly help you gain some perspective in your situation. Okay, so let's see what else we need to see, please. What else do we need to see? Okay, what else do we need to see? Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out first. We'll talk about it in a minute here. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay, let's see what else here. All right, like I said, we do have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. We have the Devil. Okay. We have the Devil. We have the Hermit. Okay. We have the Hermit and we have the Tower. There is some temptation here to hoard your resources. Okay. And I'm getting here because certainly the whole of the reading here suggests that the temptation is to take what you have and bolt. Okay, because you have this Tower card coming in, and that's a sense of complete and utter destruction, change. All of this is stemming from a sense of feeling like you need to be in complete control all of the time. That's impossible. Okay, that's a lesson that I am still learning and I'm still trying to implement in my own space. Okay, the temptation aspect of this is to, again, just to take what you have and bolt, because you don't want to deal with this. Okay, you would rather be on your own path, which is fair. Everybody should have a different path from the next person. At least that's how I see life. Not everybody's going to do everything everybody else does all of the time. Okay. What I need you to remember here is that you need to take it slow. Okay, you need to take this time slow, because there are changes happening. You have 3 major arcana cards, and you have 2 pentacle cards, which to me says you're way more abundant than you believe you are. You're way more abundant than you believe you are. Okay, this 10 of Pentacles to me is saying you have everything you could ever want. Okay, spiritually, financially, maybe that's iffy for some people, and I appreciate it. Okay, again, spiritually, financially, maybe you're bursting at the seams with stuff that you might need to purge. Okay, but you do have, even if things change rapidly, you have what it takes to not only take care of yourself and your family, your friends, your loved ones, okay, but you have the ability to continue growing that garden. If you put in the effort for this nine of Pentacles to really get its energy moving in your space, just watch your garden grow. You know, the soil is not salted. Okay, the soil is not salted. You have the ability to really get it going, to put in the effort to make those seeds grow. Okay, and even if it is a grind, you know that you have the ability because you've attained the mastery you need to make this garden grow. Okay, so let's see the bottom. You know why? Here's your hidden energy. Here's your King of Pentacles. Yeah, you know what you have at your disposal. You know how to put in the work to grow your garden. Yes, it's slow moving. Yes, it's not, like I said, this effort could be a grind, but you also know that you have what it takes. I'm repeating information here, but the cards are confirming it for me. Okay? Here you go. King of Pentacles. You're in authority over what you have and who you are. Okay? So there's your hidden energy. Yeah. I feel like we're just bookending this reading because you also have the King of Swords. I'm going to go back to the beginning and watch this back because I am fairly confident we got both of these at the very beginning of this. Okay? You're in authority over who you are, over how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're perceiving your environment. Okay? And you know what you have at your disposal to make the most of this time. Okay? I'm loving the synchronicity. I'm loving this. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun working with the Funerary Art Tarot. There's a link in the description of this video if you want to get this for yourself. I would strongly suggest looking at the artist's website because it's a little spooky. It has a little bit of a creep factor to it, but it's not bad, and I would very much love it if you would support the artist. Again, if it's on your heart to leave a tip or support me in any way, I am very grateful to you for being here. Yeah, everything's in the description, and I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I'm hoping to make this a little more regular, so stay tuned for announcements. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much. I love you lots. And until the next one, I will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.